Welcome to the Digital Advantage Podcast, your go-to library for business and personal digital resources.
Great to be here.
Today, we're diving deep into a really helpful blog post. It's called How to Hire the Perfect Fiverr Freelancer, a step-by-step guide from referenceranger.com. It's dated March 7th, 2025.
Yeah, it's a good one. Really practical stuff.
Definitely. If you've ever thought about, tapping into freelance talent online, but felt maybe a bit overwhelmed, or perhaps you've tried before and it didn't quite work out.
Or even if you just want to get better results next time.
Exactly. This deep dive is specifically for you. We're going to unpack the essential strategies for using Fiverr effectively.
It's all about connecting with skilled professionals without, the usual stress or wasted time and money.
Right. And the blog post really emphasizes that success on Fiverr isn't just luck.
No, not at all. It's about having a strategic approach.
So our mission today is to pull out those key strategies, make them super clear, actionable, and hopefully immediately useful for your next project.
Sounds good. We'll cover everything from figuring out what you actually need to finding and evaluating freelancers, and then making sure the whole collaboration goes smoothly.
Okay, so let's jump right in. The blog post kicks things off with, honestly, a crucial first step: defining your project needs before you even think about searching.
Absolutely foundational. Why is it so important? Well, the post points out something pretty obvious when you think about it. Vague requests. They just lead to confusion.
And results that miss the mark, right?
Totally. If you don't know exactly what you want, how can the freelancer deliver it? It sets everyone up for frustration.
So let's break down what goes into a good project definition. The blog post highlights specificity first.
Yes. Don't just say, I need a logo.
Right, what kind of logo? What style? Do you have any initial ideas?
Or for a blog post, outline the topic. Who's the target audience? What tone are you going for? Formal, casual.
Approximate word count too, maybe.
Definitely. And for something like a website, you need to detail the number of pages, key functionalities. Is it e-commerce? Does it need a booking system? All that stuff.
Specificity is key. Then, deliverables. What exactly are they handing over at the end?
Crucial point. For that logo example, what file formats do you need? PNG, JPG, vector files like AI or EPS are often essential.
Do you need a transparent background version? Multiple variations?
Exactly. And for that blog post, do you need them to source images, include citations, spell it all out?
Avoid surprises later.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, deadlines.
Deadlines. The blog post makes a really good point here. Set a realistic deadline.
Yeah, rushing things rarely ends well, does it?
Almost never. Errors creep in, quality suffers. You need to give freelancers enough time to actually do their best work.
Makes sense. And tied closely to that is budget. Fiverr has, well, a huge price range.
It really does. So the advice is figure out your budget beforehand.
And maybe compare similar gigs to get a feel for fair pricing.
Yes, do a little homework. The post wisely notes that the cheapest option isn't always the best value.
But also, high prices don't automatically guarantee top quality either.
It's about finding that balance. And think about the project type, too. Is this a one-off task?
Or might you need ongoing help?
Right. If you think you'll need regular assistance, the post suggests looking for freelancers who offer maybe packages or seem open to longer-term collaboration.
That could save time down the road if you find someone good.
Definitely. And finally, under defining needs, the blog post really champions creating a detailed project brief.
Like a document outlining everything.
Exactly. A clear description, all the specs we just talked about, maybe even examples of work you like.
So everyone's on the same page from the start.
Precisely. A good brief minimizes misunderstandings and, frankly, it attracts better, more professional freelancers because they see you're organized and serious.
Okay, solid foundation laid. You know exactly what you need. Step 2, according to the blog post, actually finding the best freelancer on Fiverr.
Right, navigating that huge marketplace. The post offers several strategies for filtering and evaluating potential candidates.
Filters seem key here.
They really are. Start by choosing the most relevant category, obviously. Logo design, content writing, whatever fits.
Then use that budget range you decided on earlier to narrow things down.
And the delivery time filter, if you have a firm deadline. Use those tools.
The post also explains the seller levels. New seller, level 1, level 2, top-rated seller. What's the takeaway there?
Well, generally, higher levels mean more experience, more completed orders, positive reviews, sort of a track record.
So safer bets, maybe?
Often, yes. New sellers might offer lower prices, which can be tempting, but higher levels usually indicate more reliability. However,
But
the post rightly cautions that level isn't everything. Don't automatically dismiss a new seller if their portfolio looks amazing and they communicate well. They might be hungry to impress.
good point. Which brings us to portfolios and gig descriptions.
Super important. The portfolio is where they showcase their work. Does their style match what you need? Does the quality look good?
And the gig description. What should you look for there?
Details. What's actually included in the price? Any limitations? How many revisions do they offer?
Vague descriptions could be a red flag.
Could be, yeah. It might suggest they haven't thought it through, or maybe they're less experienced. And check the response time and order completion rate metrics.
Ah, those stats on their profile. What do they tell you?
Response time gives you a clue about their communication or they prompt, and a high completion rate suggests they're reliable and actually finish the jobs they start.
Good indicators of professionalism.
Definitely. And the overall advice here from the blog post is compare multiple options. Don't just jump on the first one that looks okay.
Take your time, do the research up front.
It pays off.
Okay, moving on. The blog post introduces something called Fiverr's 4 Pillars of Quality. Sounds like an internal assessment thing.
Yeah, it seems to be how Fiverr assesses freelancers, but understanding them helps us evaluate too.
What are they?
Okay, pillar 1. Top-notch skills. Pretty fundamental, right? They need the actual ability to do the job well.
Makes sense. Your clear project definition helps match skills here.
Exactly. Pillar 2, clear communication. We just touched on this, prompt responses, asking relevant questions, setting expectations clearly. It's vital.
Okay, pillar 3.
Professional presentation. This covers their whole profile, the gig description, the portfolio quality, even an intro video if they have one. Does it look polished and credible?
Right, it adds to their trustworthiness. And the last one.
Pillar 4, complying with Fiverr standards, basically following the platform's rules, which helps keep the marketplace secure and ethical for everyone.
Got it. Skills, communication, presentation, compliance. Good framework.
And beyond those pillars, the post just reiterates the importance of general reliability, meeting deadlines, consistent quality, the basics, but crucial.
All right, so we have this framework. Now, step 4 in the blog post gets really practical.
Yeah.
Evaluating Fiverr freelancers. What specific things should you look for?
This is where you really dig in. And the first thing mentioned is the power of customer reviews.
Can't ignore those. What should we look for in the reviews?
Look for patterns. Consistent praise for specific things like great attention to detail, super fast delivery, excellent communication. That's a really positive sign.
And conversely.
Repeated complaints about missed deadlines, poor communication, work not matching the description. Take those seriously. Don't just look at the star rating. Read the comments.
Good advice. What about the Fiverr's Choice Badge? See that sometime?
Yeah, the post explains that's often given to freelancers with really excellent ratings and a track record of high-quality work. It's generally a good sign, suggests a trustworthy seller.
Okay. And back to those gig descriptions again.
Deconstruct them. A well-written description details their process, what's included, limitations, generic ones, maybe less experienced. Pay close attention to things like revisions included and file formats delivered.
Be crystal clear on what you're paying for.
Absolutely. And the post stresses the value of requesting samples.
Just asking for examples of past work.
Yep. Don't hesitate. See if their actual past work fits your needs. If they seem reluctant to share samples, that could be a bit of a red flag.
Makes sense. And asking direct questions too.
Definitely. Ask about their process for revisions or how they handle unexpected project changes. A reliable freelancer should respond clearly and professionally.
It's about gauging their approach.
And the post wraps up this section by reminding us to watch for those red flags: poor communication, vague descriptions, consistently low ratings, negative review patterns. Don't ignore them.
Okay, you've navigated the search, evaluated carefully, maybe asked some questions, and you picked someone. Step 5, communicating effectively.
Crucial stage. Once you hire, clear communication is paramount for success, as the blog post highlights.
So what are the key strategies here?
First, outline expectations really clearly. Be specific. Word counts, tone, style, colors, file formats. Reiterate everything from your brief.
Leave no room for doubt.
Pretty much. Also, inquire about their workflow and delivery time. Understand their process. Ask if they provide drafts or progress updates. It helps avoid misunderstandings and delays.
Good idea. What about projects that don't quite fit a standard gig?
Request a custom offer. The blog post recommends this so you get clear terms and pricing tailored to your specific needs right from the start.
Smart. And discuss revisions up front.
Yes. Clarify how many are included and what happens if you need more. Is there an extra cost? Same goes for other potential extra costs like faster delivery, Ask before ordering.
No surprises later.
Exactly. And overall, just maintain respectful, direct communication. Be clear, be polite. It just makes everything smoother. By the way, if you're finding the steps useful, remember you can find the full blog post and tons of other resources over at referenceranger.com.
Good reminder, that's REFERENCERANGER.com. Okay, so communication is flowing. Step 6, managing the project and ensuring quality. Your job isn't done yet.
Not at all. The blog post emphasizes that you need to stay involved. Active project management is crucial.
How involved?
Check in at key milestones. Just a quick message to see how things are going, confirm progress, address any potential confusion early.
And nip problems in the bud.
Exactly. And use Fiverr's tools. The order page helps track progress and deadlines. The messaging system keeps communication in one place.
What about bigger projects?
The post mentions milestone-based projects, where you release payment in stages. That helps monitor quality as you go.
Makes sense. And providing feedback.
Needs to be effective. If something isn't right, address it promptly, but be clear and constructive. Don't just say, I don't like it. Explain what needs improvement and why.
Specificity again.
Always. And hopefully you won't need it, but the blog post does mention Fiverr has a dispute resolution feature if things really go wrong, missed deadlines, poor quality work, that sort of thing.
Good to know it's there as a backup. Okay, project's done. Hopefully revisions handle smoothly. Step 7, completing the order and leaving a review.
The final stages. Still important, according to the blog post. First, verify that final delivery.
Really check it over carefully.
Absolutely. Does it meet all your expectations? For writing, check clarity, accuracy. For design, does it match the brief? For code, test the functionality. Don't just glance at it.
And if changes are needed, even at this late stage.
Request revisions promptly and clearly. Be specific to avoid back and forth and delays. Get exactly what you need before you hit accept.
Right, and once you are happy and you accept the review.
So important. The blog post stresses leaving an honest review. Your feedback helps other buyers.
And the freelancers too, right?
Definitely. Highlight what they did well. If there were minor issues, offer constructive criticism politely. Balanced reviews help everyone.
Good point. Anything else in this final stage?
The post suggests considering long-term collaborations. If you find someone great, reliable, whose work you love,
keep working with them.
Yeah, it saves you the search time next time, builds rapport, often leads to even better, more consistent results. They might even offer perks like discounts or faster turnaround for repeat clients.
Building those relationships makes sense. So it really sounds like this whole process, done strategically, can make a huge difference.
Absolutely. The blog post really drives home that finding the right Fiverr freelancer isn't luck. It's about a structured approach.
Define needs, use filters, evaluate profiles, ask questions, communicate clearly, stay engaged, give feedback.
Exactly. Follow those steps and your chances of a successful collaboration go way up.
That brings us to a final thought from the blog post.
Yeah, it just reiterates that core message. It requires structure. It encourages you, the listener, to start your next search with these steps firmly in mind. Define, filter, evaluate, ask, engage, feedback.
It's a much more proactive and empowered way to approach outsourcing work.
Definitely shifts it from a gamble to a strategic tool.
Well, we hope this deep dives into how to hire the perfect Fiverr freelancer from referenceranger.com has given you some valuable insights and a clear strategy for your next project.
Remember that thoughtful, step-by-step approach really can increase your chances of success and help you avoid those common pitfalls.
And for more helpful resources like this, and to explore a wide range of digital tools for business and personal needs, please do visit referenceranger.com.
That's referenceranger.com. Lots of great stuff over there.
Thank you for tuning in to the Digital Advantage Podcast.